What's good? It's Gambino. This is Champ Focus, and this week we got Volkov versus Aspinall. 12 fights, so I'll make it quick. Mohammed Mokaev versus Cody Durden. I'm going Mohammed Mokaev. I think he'll out cardio Cody Durden. I think it'll be a grappling event. I think Mohammed's strikes are a little cleaner. Yeah, but I can see Cody pulling off the upset here. But I'm going with Mohammed. I think the fight goes the distance. Elise Reed versus Corey McKenna. I'm a big fan of Corey McKenna, so I'm going to be going with Corey McKenna. She seems like the more polished fighter here coming out of Cage Warriors, I believe. So I'm going with Corey. Jack Shore versus Timur Value. I also couldn't find any Elise Reed. At least not a whole full fight of Elise Reed. So I'm going with Corey. Jack Shore versus Timur Valiev. Another difficult fight, but I'm going with Jack Shore. I think he uses his wrestling to out hustle Timur, make him waste his cardio, and take the W. Nikita Krylov versus Paul Craig. This is a difficult fight. Super difficult fight. Because I feel like Nikita should win, but Paul Craig has got that submission in his back pocket. But I didn't pick Mariana Moroz last time, the last Ukrainian fighter, so this time I will. I pick Nikita Krylov. Then Shamil Abdurakhimov versus Sergey Pavlovich. Going with Sergey Pavlovich. I think he overwhelms Shamil, gets the KO, similar to how Christakis did. Mike Grundy versus Makwan Amirkhani. This is a difficult fight. It's a difficult fight because Mike Grundy can't really hold anyone down while Makwan can. This is a very difficult fight. But Makwan has, both of these fighters have low output. But I think Mike Grundy's striking is just a little better. His grappling is going to be adequate. So I'm going to go with Mike Grundy. And then who we got next? Jai Herbert versus Ilya Taporia. I'm going with Ilya Taporia. Just think he's got Jai Herbert pretty much covered everywhere. I mean, Jai Herbert is also really good, but he can't be controlled on the ground. Controlled for 3 minutes and 18 seconds in his debut, and controlled for 7 minutes and 35 seconds in his second fight. He's got good cardio, but so does Ilya. He can be held on his back. He's got good striking, but that's where I feel like he's the best. Oh, Ilya, I believe, has got good boxing, and then the better grappling between the two. Next, we got Molly McCann versus Luana Carolina. This is a fight where I wanted to go with Luana, but she just gives up control everywhere. She gives it up on the fence. She gives it up on the ground. She gives it up just anywhere in the clinch. Just the ring. Just she backs up the whole time, so she'll get walked down the whole time. And Molly McCann likes to fight like that, so I can see her just walking her down and winning by decision, just through direct control and enough volume. Gunnar Nelson versus Takashi Sato. I got Gunnar Nelson, but it's a scary fight considering Gunnar Nelson has low volume, leaves his head up in the air, but he is always going for a finish for that submission. It has been 3 years since his last fight. Takashi Sato, it's also been a while, but I think he's gonna need the early finish, or otherwise, I think Gunnar Nelson takes over because he'll be warmed up after 3 years of not fighting. Next, we got Paddy Pimblett versus Rodrigo Vargas. I'm going Paddy to Batty here. Just think Rodrigo's been dominated on the mat before, so I think it'll be a similar situation here. And he likes to jump for guillotine. See Paddy taking advantage of things like this. Didn't see a whole lot of kicks coming out of Rodrigo, even though he does have a head kick finish. But I'm going with Paddy to Batty here. Arnold Allen versus Dan Hooker. Going with Arnold Allen. I just think he's had the experience fighting a vet. It's not his first time. He looks ready to go. He looks well rounded. He's also very game, just like Dan Hooker. So I think it's going to be a very close fight, but Arnold Allen should pull off the win here. Alexander Volkov versus Tom Aspinall. I'm going to be going with Alexander Volkov. I just think he I feel like Tom Aspinall is potentially the first 2 rounds, but if Volkov is stuffing the takedowns, I don't think he gets knocked out in the first 2 rounds. Volkov does a good job of keeping his distance, making he's not very aggressive. Tom Aspinall is. This is why I can't see Tom Aspinall winning. He's very aggressive. Between the two, he's the way more aggressive one. But this could either be a fight where Tom Aspinall becomes a global sensation, or Alexander Volkov becomes another. His name becomes more famous and becomes a real threat in this heavyweight division. So, and then Tom Aspinall falls forward if he has a good showing. So I think I'm gonna be going with Alexander Volkov. I think he takes over in the later rounds. I think he stuffs the takedowns and and, and gasses Aspinall. Takes over from there once the threat of the takedown is gone. So yeah, that's who my picks for this week: Alexander Volkov, Arnold Allen, Paddy Pimblett, Gunnar Nelson, Molly McCann, Ilya Taporia, Mike Grundy. That one's hard to say. That one's difficult. Sergey Pavlovich. Damn, this one's hard too. Nikita Krylov, Jack Shore, Corey McKenna, and Mohammed Mokayev. Fights I'm having a hard time agreeing with are this Nikita Krylov versus Paul Craig fight, Gunnar Nelson fight, and this Mike Grundy fight. Mike Grundy. So those 3 fights are the ones that are scare me the most. Those are my picks. Champ focus. Let's get this money.